Hello students, in the last video lecture we were discussing the transmission phenomena in which we have reached to the expression using the two boundary conditions that the acoustic pressures on the two sides of the boundary are equal. That's the reason we said Pi plus PR. What is Pi plus PR? Is the acoustic pressure on the left side of the boundary or for the medium 1, and PT is for the right side or medium 2 pressure, acoustic pressure. Now substitute the value of Pi plus PR from equation number 1 and 2 at x is equal to 0. We got this expression, and expression for PT was A2 e to the power I omega t because x is 0. Okay, from that we got A1 real plus B1 complex is equal to A2 complex. This was the equation what we got, equation number 5. Afterwards, using the second boundary condition, what we got the relation? That particular velocities normal to the interface are equal, which means same, that the value of ui plus ur has to be equal to ut. Okay, what is ui, ur are the particular velocity for the incident wave, ui for the reflected wave, and ut for the transmitted wave. Okay, so the values are like Pi upon rho 1 C1 for ui, similarly for ur and ut. Okay, now afterwards we need to simplify it further, by which we will be able to reach to the solution. Okay, so what will I say now? Using the second boundary condition, which is ui plus ur is equal to ut, correct? Substitute the value of ui. What is ui? Is complex Pi divided by rho 1 C1, which is characteristic impedance for the medium 1, plus ur. But what is ur value? PR upon minus rho 1 C1. So I can write here itself minus sign and say PR divided by rho 1 C1 is equal to ut. What is ut? Ut is PT divided by rho 2 C2. Fine. Now from this, what we can write? This is my suppose equation number 7. Okay. So I can simplify this and write it clearly that rho 2 C2 inside the bracket Pi minus PR is equal to rho 1 C1 PT. Now afterwards, what we can say, that we can combine our equation number Pi plus PR, equation number 5. Okay, A1 plus B1 is A2. Okay, now why do you need this? Because the value of Pi plus PR is PT. Okay, from that what we got the equation? This one. So now what we can simplify and do, because our job is to get the value of B1 in terms of A1. Fine. So what will I say? I'll say rho 2 C2, the value of Pi should be A1 e to the power I omega t minus PR. PR is complex B1 e to the power I omega t is equal to rho 1 C1 complex A2 e to the power I omega t. Now same way we can take this common. Okay, so this will get cancelled with this. So finally what we have? We have the relation rho 2 C2 A1 minus complex B1 is equal to rho 1 C1 complex A2. Now what will I do? I substitute the value of A2 from equation number 5 and try to get the value of B1 in terms of A1. Okay, so we can say using equation number 5, what is the equation? A1 plus complex B1 is equal to A2. This I got using my first boundary condition, and now what I got using the second boundary condition. Okay, so what I write over here? rho 2 C2 A1 minus complex B1 is equal to rho 1 C1 A1 plus complex B1. Okay, so we can simplify this. Okay, so what do you get here? Rho 2 C2 A1, and here you have minus rho 1 C1 A1. Fine. Here what I can write? I can write rho 1 C1 complex B1, and this rho 2 C2 minus B1, okay, will come this side, will become plus, so we can write rho 2 C2 complex B1. So we can take things common and write A1 inside the bracket rho 2 C2 minus rho 1 C1 is equal to rho 2 C2 plus rho 1 C1 times complex B1. Fine. So this is plus, so there is no point, there is no problem in taking this term first and then this term. Fine. So what we can write, therefore the value of complex B1, okay, is equal to rho 2 C2 minus rho 1 C1 divided by rho 2 C2 plus rho 1 C1 times A1. This is my very important expression where I got the value of B1 in terms of A1 using your characteristic impedance value for the medium 2 and for the medium 1. This is what the beauty of this transmission phenomena as such. So I can name this equation to be my equation number 9. Okay, now from this equation what we can conclude? Okay, we can conclude very confidently that this B1, okay, here I wrote this B1 to be complex, but this B1 is a real constant positive when the value of, so we'll write the equation B1 will be B1, I'll write it again here, B1 is equal to rho 2 C2 minus rho 1 C1 divided by rho 2 C2 plus rho 1 C1 times A. So now what we are trying to say, I repeated the equation for the convenience. So I am saying that this B1 is real constant positive, okay, when rho 2 C2 is greater than rho 1 C1. Rho 2 C2 is greater than rho 1 C1 means characteristic impedance for the medium 2 is greater than for the medium 1. Okay, and it will be negative when obviously rho 2 C2 is less than rho 1 C1. Okay, so in this case what we can say, that when rho 2 C2 is greater than rho 1 C1, okay, which means what? Characteristic impedance for medium 2. Okay, so this means the value of pressure Pi, we wrote Pi is equal to A1 e to the power I omega t minus kx, or in short k1x, and we wrote the expression for PR to be complex B1 e to the power I omega t plus k1x. This will signify what? That the value of PR, okay, the reflected wave pressure PR is in phase with Pi at x is equal to 0, and when rho 2 C2 is less than rho 1 C1, what will happen? In that case PR is 180 degrees out of phase with my pressure at x is equal to 0 obviously. Okay, so in general what happens? B1 upon A1, in general B1 upon A1 is less than 1 except for the two conditions. Which two conditions? First one, when rho 2 C2 divided by rho 1 C1 tends to infinity. Okay, which means what? That the medium 2 is this medium 2 is highly incompressible or highly dense at that time. In such case, what will happen? The wave is reflected with only a slight reduction in amplitude and there is no change in the phase, and what will happen? You will get a standing wave will be observed over there. So this is what I want to show. A standing wave will be observed, okay, with a pressure antinode at the boundary is found. This will be my antinode and this will be node. Fine. At the boundary is found in the medium 1. Okay. So the pressure amplitude at this antinode will be double the amplitude of the incident wave. Okay. Which means what? Suppose incident wave amplitude is so much, this one will be almost double of that value. That's what it means. Okay, this is first condition. What is the second condition? They say rho 2 C2 divided by rho 1 C1 tends to 0. Okay, what does this implies? That medium 2 is easily compressible or rarefied medium. So what will happen in this case? The amplitude of the reflected and the incident plane wave is almost equal, okay, and a pressure node of nearly 0 amplitude is found at the boundary. We said this is our boundary. So what is going to happen? The amplitude of this is incident wave, reflected wave, transmitted wave. Fine. So here what is going to happen? That the amplitude of the reflected and the incident plane wave is almost equal and a pressure node of nearly 0 amplitude, node will be this point, 0 amplitude will be found at the boundary, because what we are going to say that this will hit and it will get returned. Okay, so at that time you will be able to get the node, that is this point. That's what we mean. So this is what is happening now. This is due to the fact that medium 2 cannot support large changes in pressure as it is rarefied. So rho 2 C2, so we can say as rho 2 C2 divided by rho 1 C1 tends to 1, okay, which means B1 tends to 0. If this is same, rho 2 C2 upon rho 1 C1 will tend to 1, so definitely B1 will tend to 0. So means what? The pressure amplitude of the reflected wave decreases towards 0 and therefore the standing waves are less pronounced. Okay. Now we'll have one more small derivation. So here itself we can say that the acoustic pressure value what we are using over here, okay, at any point in medium 1, that is this part. I'll draw it properly again. This was my boundary. So what I use the word, this is my OO dash at x is equal to 0. This is medium 1, this is medium 2. Okay. So in medium 1, what I said, here we had pressure Pi, incident wave which is coming and hitting, and reflected wave will be this one, and this will be my transmitted wave. Okay. So the acoustic pressure Pi at any point in medium 1 is basically what? Here I just wrote normal Pi, not a complex Pi, okay, because I just want to have a relation now. Here what I wrote, A1 e to the power I omega t minus k1x. So how will I write this equation again? If at all I want to write, I can write P1 is equal, Pi is equal to A1 cos omega t minus k1x, fine, plus, okay, e to the power I theta cos omega t minus k1x plus b1 cos omega t plus k1x, because I am just trying to take the real part. Okay, at any point in medium 1, pi plus pr. So I'll say p1 over here. P1 is the addition of both, or we can say pi plus pr. Okay, p1 is pi plus pr. So then it will be very clear what I did. So I took the real part of a1 e to the power I omega t minus k1x will be cos omega t minus k1x plus I sin omega t minus k1x. Here b1 e to the power b1 cos omega t plus k1x, which I took over here, and other term should be plus I sin omega t plus k1x. So now what I'll use the identity for cos of a minus b and cos of a plus b. Okay, what is cos of a minus b? Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. And what is cos of a plus b? It will be cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So if you use that formula, okay, what we'll get? We will get the value of P1, which is Pi plus PR, pressure at any point in medium 1, will be given as A1 plus complex B1 bracket square cos square K1x plus A1 minus complex B1 bracket square sin square K1x raised to half cos omega t plus phi. This is my equation number 10. Okay, now what we have to prove now, that when the amplitude constant, this b1, what is b1? Amplitude constant for the reflected wave. So amplitude constant b1 is positive, the pressure antinode of amplitude A1 plus complex B1 will occur at those places. Okay, what I am saying, I will repeat it again. When the amplitude constant B1 is positive, pressure antinode. Now what is antinode? I mentioned you this fully. Antinode node, because we are forming a standing wave pattern over here. Fine. So the pressure antinode of amplitude A1 plus complex B1 will occur at those places where cos square K1x will be 1. Okay, everybody knows how the cos wave goes. This is 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi. Fine. So what I'm saying, cos square K1x will be 1. So we know when cos theta is 1 at 0, at pi is minus 1, and cos 2 pi is again 1. So we can say cos square K1x will be 1 at x is equal to 0, means at the boundary, at this boundary. When you have the value minus lambda 1 by 2, minus 2 lambda 1 by 2, minus 3 lambda 1 by 2, etc. Okay, at these points, what will I get? I will get the value of cos square K1x will be equal to 1. This is the simple logic for the wave. Now the pressure nodes. Now this I spoke about antinode. Now this node. So pressure nodes of amplitude what? A1 minus B1 will occur at those places depending on the sin square K1x will be 1. So I'll write it over here. This is for the antinode. Now I speak about the node. So what will I say? That the pressure node of amplitude A1 minus B1 will occur at those places where sin square K1x will be 1. Now everybody knows the sine wave also. Fine. So you know these values. This is 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is 0, pi and 2 pi. So this is pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. Fine. So we can say at the point when x is equal to minus lambda 1 by 4 minus 3 lambda 1 by 4 minus 5 lambda 1 by 4, etc. Okay. So when b1 is negative constant, this b1 is negative constant, the coordinate positions of nodes and AND nodes are reversed. Okay. So what we are trying to understand over here, that a special case will be observed when rho 2 C2 is same as rho 1 C1. Now what we are trying to say, that if this rho 1 is air and rho 2 is water or vice versa, then only you will be able to get the characteristic impedance value to be different. But when both are same, rho 2 C2 is same as rho 1 C1, then what should happen? Then for which B1 will be 0, which indicates the existence of the no reflected wave. Fine. So it is therefore possible to transmit sound from one fluid medium into another. Okay, one fluid medium, that is medium 1, to another, that is medium 2. Okay, another medium. So what is going to happen? Transmit sound from one fluid medium to another fluid medium without any reflection of acoustic energy, provided rho 2 C2 is equal to rho 1 C1. Okay, so this is what we have understood in this topic as far as what should happen for the wave to get transmitted from medium 1 to medium 2. Okay, now in the next lecture we will again work with the same expression and try to find out the derivation for alpha r and alpha t. What are the alpha r and alpha t? These are the sound power reflection coefficient and the sound power transmission coefficient. So that I will be discussing in the next video lecture. Okay, go through it. Any difficulty, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you very much.